Hello.
Hello. Another week, another meeting,
Yes.
which is late in the evening because I spent 45 minutes on the phone with my dad.
Should we eventually have an intro of some kind?
I mean, we could do something very similar to our outro.
But just start it with "We're not experts, but we're here."
Yeah, so like we're here, and then end it with "we were here."
No, that's stupid.
Fair enough.
I was thinking more like a business opening. I don't know how people open a business meeting, but
I don't know either. Wait, I have an idea. Wait, you would have to turn your soundboard on for that on Discord.
yeah, how about
Which
it
is,
not?
we both use the sound of a door opening and closing. Or just do it once. So like you have two sound bits. One is the opening of a door, and one is the closing of a door. So, you're entering the office.
Yeah, now I get it.
But yeah. Also, I have shit to talk about, and a bunch of shit.
Wow, spill the beans.
Then I have to go to the store and buy some beans.
Do you not have beans?
I'm not sure if we have beans. There could be another thing on my shelf as well. A can of beans. Just this or on the desk. Yes. We have to do this for next episode. On the desk, a tipped over can of beans. So they are spilled on the desk. I can hear by the silence how disappointed you are.
I like having a clean desk.
Just put it on my side or put it on a plate.
No, I just like having a clean, orderly desk.
You don't want spilled beans? Oh well. Well, the first thing that I have involves trains. Because here in the Netherlands,
Of course it does.
right, we have, yes, of course. If you're at a railway crossing here in the Netherlands, you have a little sign that says, "Wait till the red lights are off. There could be another train coming." You know those signs.
Yeah.
They're there, but usually they're useless. Usually it is just a case of just wait 2 seconds till the lights are off and then go, and some people don't even have the patience for that. The person in front of me didn't. And this time, for I think the first time in my entire life, the lights stayed on, and the booms went up and then down again, because guess what? There was a second train.
Whoa.
And somehow that really surprised me and got me excited, because it was like, yes, it finally happened. After years of having that sign there and it being completely useless, it finally happened where it wasn't useless.
Wow.
Yeah, then it was trains. The reason I went over train tracks is because I went on sort of like almost an exploratory day at a company, just to see how they operate. Like, you're just gonna be there for a day. All I did was basically free work for them.
Well, then ask
Like,
them for payment.
Well, now the more that I think about it, the less I think it's a good idea to start working there. Purely because of sort of the problem with, I basically did a day of work. I didn't get an introduction to anybody at all. Like, there was nothing. Like, you didn't go to all the offices, or it's a very small company, like 25 people. You can just go through the offices and just meet up with people. Like, just here we have this person. That also makes the person looking for the job. This makes the person looking for the job a lot feel a lot more welcome,
Yeah.
and you also get to know the entire company, and the entire company gets to know you. It shows commitment from
Yeah.
both sides. They didn't do that at all. And I basically just did work, and then I did get to leave at 3 because everybody left at 3. But because I have to get there at around 8, I have to get my grandma's car. Because I had to drive for 20 minutes to half an hour. Which is not too bad. It wasn't like I had to use 2 sat navs to get there, because the one from it's a Mercedes, and it was kind of, how do I say this? Outdated,
I see.
to put it lightly. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Probably, yeah.
You very well know what I'm talking about here. But apart from that, well, the drive to it, I got a little bit lost, and on the drive back, I found Italians. It's the second time I've
no.
experienced Italian drivers. And if you want an easy driver's license, just go there. Like, Italy just has apparently a very easy driver's license because nobody can drive. Like, they accelerated so slowly, like painfully slow, in a very big and expensive BMW.
But if a country's
It's like,
license stuff is like very different from ours, don't they need to like read? I guess if you're on vacation, you don't.
it's EU.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
There are no border controls. Like, oh, you got your driver's license? Alright, fine. But it was just pathetic that, like, I'm usually not really the one that overtakes. Like, if you are doing like 5 below the speed limit, I'll just match that and just stay behind for a while. Like, I'll eventually overtake, but I will not put too much. I will not do it quickly. But this was just like, all right, at the next traffic light, I'm moving to the left. Because it was a setup where you have 1 lane, then splits 2 for traffic lights, so it has and more capacity to fit cars, and it also allows for overtakes. But holy shit, I was just so happy to pass that guy. And then I had to bike back. Because, well, I immediately drove to my grandma. Sat there for around an hour. Because, you know, one does not simply leave a grandparent's place quickly. If you do that, you're an asshole. Or unless they specifically ask for that, but that's another thing. If they specifically ask for it, then it indicates that they either have things to do or they want to go to bed.
Yes.
And but this is with some time, so I just did a lot of talking. Was nice. Then I biked back home in the heat because it's still bloody hot outside. And then we got home. Yeah, driving is still kind of fun though. Just because, well, especially if you drive an automatic, they can have power.
Yes.
Incredible power. If you like, the Mercedes-Benz gearbox that is in there is sort of a It's a car from like 2013 that has less than 70,000 kilometers on it because old people. But it still drives nicely, and it's still like if you decide to punch it, like if you put your foot down, it goes, and it will not stop. Well, accelerating.
Yeah.
So I just immediately quickly sped up to the speed limit, and then turn on cruise control because I'm lazy, and cruise control is incredibly nice. Unless somebody in front of you drives at an inconsistent speed, then it's useless and you might as well turn it off. Otherwise you're going to be turning it on, turning it off, turning it on, turning it off. And that's annoying.
True.
But yeah, more companies as well are on the horizon. To the point where I need to buy a train ticket because guess what? Public transport. If I wanna... Oh, I'm gonna have a time slot. I'm gonna have to look at emails and then guess. Oh no. Right, 11. Thinking it's gonna be an hour there, so it's gonna be 12 by the time we leave there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be put there, but it doesn't really matter. As I don't think they're gonna complain if I buy a train ticket from one place to another. And then check in somewhere in between. Although it could mean that's gonna be cheaper. Wait, where is it even? This is just research. I'm just buying train tickets during a podcast. I'm also gonna buy a phone because, well, the battery life of my current phone is shit. Like if I just listen to music with Bluetooth headphones, I probably have 4 hours of battery life. Like my earbuds have a longer battery life than my phone. If they're both at full charge, my phone will be empty first. It's a pretty big indicator that I should probably buy a new one. And also because security updates. I'm not gonna get new ones for after the end of this year, so I'm just gonna buy a new phone right now. A phone with a 5-year warranty on it, so at least I'll be covered until 2030. If we're still doing this podcast and the phone has survived, I'll be very happy for both things.
People put in your calendars.
Yeah, mark your calendars. 5 years from, well,
Yeah.
not yet. If I actually get the phone, then you can mark it. Because it's gonna take a couple weeks because I want it in green, but apparently that instead of taking 2 to 5 business days, it takes 1 to 2 weeks. Just for the color green. If I go with, I think, white or black, it's normal, but green apparently isn't. That's just a disappointment. Let's see, and then we want to go there. How long? Oh, it's a 4-minute drive. Why is there a place named Car Key?
That's
What?
where you can store your car keys.
Oh, key duplication service. They duplicate your car keys.
Ah, yes. For all the thieves.
Or mainly for people that want an extra car key.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
But like,
how many people lose their
only
keys.
the actual physical key, or also like the signal?
Probably option of both.
Okay.
Because that makes sense to me at least. Around leave at 12. What times does it give me if I say I want to leave around 12? Because you know, here in the Netherlands, I think they introduced it a couple years ago, which is weird. Like early booking sales, where if you're smart and you book early, you pay significantly less money. Like you can get 25 to 40% off your train tickets if you just book them like a week in advance, which is still pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just, oh yeah, I'm paying this much. Like instead of my train ticket being €8.60, it's gonna be €6.02, which is more than 25% off. For purely just booking right now instead of later. Although, if you do it as a return trip, you lose the you lose the sale, which I first found confusing. Then I realized if you buy a return ticket as well, if you like buy a two-way ticket, that's for the entire day. While the other ticket, the single tickets, are purely for a certain time. I am an adult, over 12 years old. I still find it funny how they give you the option of traveling with or without the discount. Like you can say, I have the option for a discount, but no, I want to pay more. Like who in their right mind would say, yes, I would love to pay more for a train ticket? You'd be nuts.
Yeah, no, I could use that money a lot better.
You could buy food for that.
Could buy another sword.
For $2.
Yeah. Well, it would
What
help.
would you do? A second-hand butter knife?
It would, those $2 will contribute.
Eventually. But valid is, hold on, if it's from there to there, and that is a train trip that I'm gonna have to do. Wait, this is kind of at the wrong thing. I need to put this one here. That's 45 minutes worth of travel. So if we're done around 12, I can leave 12:09 and then arrive at 12:55. I can say times because I live an undisclosed distance away from Amsterdam, and the company is an undisclosed distance away from my house.
But not from Amsterdam?
Also an undisclosed distance from Amsterdam.
We're getting Joule lore here.
Well, what are you gonna do? Try make a triangle? Like this undisclosed distance from there, this undisclosed distance from there.
Well,
So
no, because it's not an undisclosed
Pythagoras
distance from
theorem?
Amsterdam, which means it must be on another plane of existence.
Yes. I think you're gonna make a triangle, like undisclosed distance from there, undisclosed distance from there. Then the other distance you can calculate. It would create a triangle. You could use either trigonometry or the Pythagoras theorem for it. Because triangles.
Yeah, but if it's in another plane of existence, like in another dimension, then you can't do that. That's called a pyramid, Joule.
A three-sided pyramid. But yeah. I guess order that train ticket, then also buy a phone. I'm still slightly annoyed that the phone is gonna take long. Like the Gen 6 Fairphone is, yeah, 1 and 2 weeks, but it does mean that I get as I said, a phone with 5-year warranty. Sadly, you don't get an extra battery anymore. Like, you used to get an extra battery with it. Or it's a different phone. But I want the 6 because the 6 is the newest. That means I will have more time with it. I get to use it more. And if that battery runs low or goes bad, then oh no, let me unscrew 2 screws on the back, replace the battery, and be done. Like, that's the thing with Fairphone. They are known for being easily repairable. And that's what I like. Right, now we need to buy the return ticket as well.
But won't they be a bitch about it if it then turns out that you need to go to their own store to fix it, and then they're gonna be like, oh, someone already messed with it.
Well, it's probably gonna void the warranty, yes. Because, well, you've worked on it yourself, so you didn't go to a certified repair person, so now you will not get parts from us for free. But then again, I don't expect things to break quickly. I expect it to last a little bit. I am gonna order another phone case, another screen protector, and a dust cover, because yes, I will protect my phone. I'm almost getting scared of the people that don't put any protection around their phone. Like, not even a phone case or a screen protector or anything else, just
Actually,
pure...
How do phone cases work for those new, like, flip phones that have, like, a screen hidden inside and on the back?
My dad has one of those. The phone case is just on one side. Like, it's just only on the one side without a screen.
Right.
The rest is just all, like, open still. And those
Right.
phones are stupid anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's another reason for me not to get that, because then if I chuck my phone, then it just
It's
probably
still gonna
breaks.
shatter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also you have a hinge, which is a major safety point. Major, like, maintenance point. It's gonna break.
And
The hinge will go bad. They just have a normal phone.
Yeah, but like, why would I want a phone that I can't throw?
Well, I don't know. That is a very good point, actually.
Well, Jim, why do you throw your phone? I don't know.
Because it's funny.
Sometimes I don't feel like walking.
I am getting quite annoyed. Alright, for the return trip. Oh wait, I do need to go to a different train station. Because otherwise I'm gonna be suffering. It's just one more station, but I don't want to travel for one more station. Metro. Why does it want... Why is there a route that goes to Amsterdam, then... Even though there's train service that easily does it, but I currently have to pay full fare for the return trip. Because rush hour. And they don't have sale in rush hour. But if about earliest ticket, how will that... Like, what would be the earliest time? 6:30. I'm gonna assume I'm done at 5. Like, that's my assumption. I'm just gonna assume. So, the walk is... What is the walk? The walk takes a mere 16 minutes. So, that means that this train... Which means I'm going to pay 9... What? Why is it... Why is it so much more expensive?
I don't know.
Oh well. I'm still gonna save money. Like, it's almost $10 for the return trip. Because I go during rush hour. Like, what kind of... bullshit is this? But for this, I do not have a time slot. It's just like for the entire day. So I guess that's also the difference. Like, I can return back the entire day, but I cannot travel to my destination the entire day. Isn't it fun? But that is ordered. Now we get to I don't want an account. Wait, do I get sale if I make an account?
I don't know.
Because if I were to make an account, do I get... Let me actually make an account real quick. Also, we're getting entirely sidetracked. I haven't even looked at the news yet.
True. Well, while we're busy being sidetracked, let me just tell you about a fun fact I discovered yesterday. Did you know that in the Victorian era, so in like, you know, the 1800s, they had ice cream?
What?
Yeah. Not completely the way we know it now. It was mostly like sorbet and vanilla and chocolate, like very strong, rich tastes. And it wasn't until later, it wasn't like as creamy as it is now because it was all done by hand, and then later on it was automated. But the way that they did it is they would order blocks of ice, like from Norway or like North America, I think, depending on, you know, where you were. And you would put those in like a completely isolated room that would, you know, kind of hold temperature. And then you would buy ice cream, and then you could save it for like a few days at most. So it was mostly a thing for rich people in restaurants. Until later, when it became, you know, easier to have cooling technology, basically. But like, I didn't expect that. I really thought that would only be a thing once fridges were involved, you know? Like...
Well, you know basements exist, right?
Well, yeah.
And they can
I did know that they would import ice for certain things, but I didn't realize they would have actual ice cream.
Also, how much ice would go to waste during transport?
You mean because it melts?
Yes.
So they would put it in a sort of storage container with salt and something else. And that would basically lower the freezing temperature required. I don't know completely how it worked, but
I have a question. Am I willing to spend $50 more on a Fairphone Gen 6 with EOS, which is just free of Google? Because if you were to buy a new phone, apart from Apple probably, you will have, like, Google will already be pre-installed in there.
I know, but that's been the case for years. Same with Facebook.
Yeah, and even if you have a Samsung, like, speaking from experience, after your phone is updated, for some reason, it gives you a notification, and if you like finish setting up your device, which is asking if you want to download some common apps, and you have to deselect like 3 or 6 of them in order to not have it download anything. And it's gonna keep asking it for the exact same games as well. Like I said, like you've said no once. No, you have to say no again and again and again and again and again. Purely because they're like, we really want you to download these games so we can steal more of your data. Because that's what it's all about, right? Just the yoinking of your data.
Did you see how YouTube's algorithm is gonna like try to guess how old you are, and then if it has it wrong, you can
It's gonna just probably get it wrong like with everybody just as a standard.
Well, if it gets it wrong, then you can like say that and send your ID.
Yeah.
To
you either have to send your ID or provide a credit card or any proof that you're over 18.
Which
purely
like Zero, the DMC YouTuber, he was like, you know, in the past we would all be scared of like privacy on the internet, and now we've gotten to the point where Google just asks for your ID.
Yeah. It's moving ever closer to a very dystopian future where companies own everything. And you have to pay a very high amount just to live. Oh wait, that already is the case. Well, then I'd rather buy a phone that doesn't have Google pre-installed, basically infected into it. Like already ready to steal my data from the first time I turn it on. Also, yeah, advanced. Yeah, they actually. It's pretty nice. Like as a phone, like I will spend the $50 more instead of $5.99. I will spend $6.49 purely for the like you pay $50 because then they have to do the software themselves. But I much rather have that, and then I can get it quicker in green. Like then it is 2 to 5 days instead of, 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah. I can't wait to get that shirt.
You mean the I'm an adult shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Then we, at some point, if we meet up, all wear the shirt.
Oh, definitely. Just whenever we go anywhere with the three of us, we are all gonna wear that every time.
Imagine just seeing 3 adults wearing the I'm an adult shirt.
Yeah.
All while just, I mean, as an example of how mature we actually are, we spend an evening fighting with pool noodles.
I'm gonna defend myself here and say that was mostly you and Yona.
Yes, but you were also involved.
I did occasionally participate between reading.
Yes. So that means you are as mature as we are.
I'm slightly more mature. I balanced it out.
I'm the old... Like, the thing is, I'm the oldest, yet I'm the most immature one. Like, all I have to do is either laugh or look at someone after they said something that can be slightly taken out of context, and I will get disappointed looks back. Because, yeah.
Uh-oh.
What?
I think I just noticed something about this game.
What?
I think literally all of my speed boosting items or abilities can stack.
Oh.
I just reached 170 in like 2 seconds.
170 meters per second. That is... I feel like at some point you could do Mach 1. You can do the speed of sound.
How many meters per second is that?
343.
Oh, that would be a challenge, to be honest.
That's the speed of... Well, that's the speed of sound at 20 degrees Celsius. It changes with temperature and material.
Yeah.
As you already probably know. Because... physics. Then you get questions like... You put your ear on a steel rail for train tracks. A train is coming. It's at this distance. How much time do you have enough time to get away? Like, that was an actual question we had. The answer was, I think, around 10 seconds, so you would have enough time to get away.
Dude, a friend of mine once said to calculate. You know that scene in Spider-Man 2 where he's like stopping the train?
Yeah.
A friend of mine had to calculate the break for school. Like his school asked him, you know, it was a school exercise to calculate the break energy.
I mean, some of you may know Jackass. You know, just dumb stunts, right? That are probably more dangerous to a person's health than anything else. Well, they at some point made a... You know the catapult, like, fairground ride where you're in a ball? There's like a steel ball and it's connected to a bunch of, like, big, almost rubber bands.
Yeah.
It just launches you up. Well, they did that with one of those toilets. Those, like those literal shit boxes.
Okay.
Which you could find at construction sites, like those toilets.
Yeah.
And we had to calculate how much force was used to make it go up, or we had to dissect the forces, because you had one force going up into two forces going at an angle. I had a fun teacher.
Yeah.
Was my mentor. We occasionally go back there because, like, I've probably told the story before, but
you realize that a mentor does not mean the same thing in Dutch and English, right? It's a homeroom
just the person
teacher.
It's
a homeroom teacher.
A homeroom teacher, fine. But he was like, we occasionally go back there because, yes. But the first time he taught physics, and the first time we had to read, like as a class, we did it in a way where you read one paragraph, and you go on to the next one. Well, first lesson he pulled out a Nerf gun, and said that if you got hit, then you'd have to read the paragraph until this, and if you didn't start fast enough, then you would basically get detention, and you'd have to come back after you're done to reread it. Okay. And just the tension in that classroom, you could cut it with a knife. It was just, everybody was really focused on reading it. Like, really just, oh no, what if I get shot? And he also said that if you managed to dodge, then you wouldn't have to read.
I was about to say, surely everyone is attempting to dodge this shit the whole time, right?
But just imagine a teacher holding a Nerf gun. He still has that Nerf gun. That's the funny thing. Like, over 4 years after I've left there. That's the thing. It has been 4 years. We both did an entire course in mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
That took 4 years. And what did we learn? That 3D drawing software is absolute shit. No matter which program you choose. It's always not working, really annoying. I also had my first day of SolidWorks today.
Ah.
It took some getting used to.
Yeah, some things are kind of weird. Why are cut and extrude not the same button?
That makes a lot of sense.
It doesn't. In Inventor, you do extrude and then you pick if you want it to be a cut or an extrude.
Oh yeah, you pick if you want to add or remove.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't figured that one out. I wanted to make a hole, but instead of using the draw a circle, extrude, and say remove, I just used the hole function.
Yeah, well there is a separate, like, cut extrude button.
Ah. Yeah, I just used the hole because
I don't know how you missed it because it's next to the. It's next
I was
to the
really looking at it. I just started out working with it today.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, you know, it's a big thing. But yeah. Also, fun thing about the driving still is the fact that I've basically been the only one driving my grandma's car for the last couple of weeks because my grandma doesn't drive anymore and she's gonna sell that car, which makes sense for I think she's over 80. Like, vision got bad, so she decided that, you know, she was already kind of on the edge, like, driving is kind of scary.
Yeah.
So after basically some loss of vision, she was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna do that anymore. I'm just gonna stop with my driver's license, stop driving entirely, and yeah, no, I'm basically the one that drives that car. So the fuel tank is still pretty much full, because previously I filled it up completely. And when I got into the car yesterday, it hadn't moved, so it was still full. I should probably be more worried about the gas going bad at this point. Because that can happen. If you let your fuel tank, if you fill your fuel tank up and then decide I'm not gonna drive for like a half a year, then guess what? It's gonna go bad. And your car is gonna be very unhappy with you. It's better to probably have a gas tank that's half full that you can then immediately fill up again, or like leave it almost empty, so you can give fresh fuel so it kind of mixes in with each other and gives your car better health and doesn't have to suck dirt, like old and inefficient fuel through itself and hurt itself. You know, you don't want your engine to wear it prematurely and then break, because that's expensive.
Yeah.
Prevention is better than repairing. Let me actually find some information because, yes. There we go. Yes, send that to the same address. Let's see. Let's actually check the news. Also, I do have another thing. I do have some news about boats, which is pretty old news already, but it's still funny to talk about. That a Filipino Coast Guard vessel escaped, like, basically made, well, not really made, but made to Chinese, like one Coast Guard and one Navy vessel collide with each other. They were basically bullying the other boat in Philippines.
What do you mean bullying?
Bullying as in getting really close and shooting tons of water per minute at it. Not directly at it, but spraying.
Oh right, yeah, you did talk about that.
It's a common Chinese tactic to keep bullying boats that they think are in their waters, even though it's either somebody else or international. You know? Yeah. But you have that. And then they try to cross behind the boat again. And the Coast Guard vessel got its nose dented in by the Navy vessel. Well, it ran into the Navy vessel. It just went straight into the front, causing it to basically have a flat nose. Which is bad.
I
and
mean,
the worst part is,
dogs have taught me that some people are into that.
Yes, but the weird thing is, right? The Filipino Coast Guard did ask, like, do you need help? You have medical personnel on board. Like, do you need assistance? And I don't think, was it, maybe not, like, they were like, yeah, do you need anything? And they were like, nah. It was another accident. Could have been another accident from a while ago. In the coast of Venezuela, where the Coast Guard vessel rammed into an icebreaker and sunk. Apparently, some countries are just bad with boats.
Yep.
Like, you do not quickly maneuver a boat.
That depends on the boat.
Right. If you have a really small one, yes, it will maneuver quickly. But the bigger the boat, the slower it turns. The longer it takes to stop. The more energy it takes to stop.
Wow.
Because like a big cargo ship, like those with containers, has to stop with has to take kilometers to come to a standstill. Like thousands of meters just to stop moving. Alright, let's see. What? Oh boy. Well, apparently a Hungarian trucker was driving through the Netherlands. It was hot. He was on a bridge and decided, let's cool down. And jumped off the bridge. Like, got out of his truck and jumped off.
Yeah.
And of course, people saw that and called the emergency number, which is 112. Because you just see somebody get out of their truck and jump off a bridge. Like, the first thing you think of is suicide immediately. Like, I'm back. But yeah, like the first thing people think of is suicide, and that means that multiple emergency services are gonna like pull out in force. And turns out that he got a fine for parking and jumping off the bridge and parking on the like emergency bit of the road, like on the shoulder. You're not allowed to park there. Only in an emergency or if your car's broken down. And if that's the case, then most likely a like AAA or something is already on their way to pick your car up or drive it away or try to fix it.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else kind of news do we have? Ooh. There was a fire in a container ship that departed from Rotterdam.
Huh.
They didn't know what the cause was, but the crew was safe at least. That's a good thing. Like, they just saw smoke coming from one of the containers and were probably like, That's not supposed to happen.
Right.
Whoops. Now let's see if there's more news that is actually interesting. Well, apparently people are calling roadside services a lot. Like over 450,000 times. Which is, what? On busy days, apparently they get 15,000 like calls.
Huh.
Apparently common problems are dashboard lights. You know, the ones behind your steering wheel.
Yeah.
I know it's not paradise. If you get that reference, good job. Either starting problems and flat tires. Like, how do you not know how to replace a flat tire? They should actually teach you that. If you go for your driver's license, just how does one replace a spare tire? And mainly torque it to spec. Because the specific amount of torque, which for those who are not nerds like we are, is force over a distance. Which basically means how much force do you have to actually tighten it? But torque is easy because if you just say it has to be this much force, then at what distance? If you do it really close, it's not going to do anything. If you put it really far away, you're going to put a lot more force. Torque, then it's just get the amounts right. But I mean, also with a lot more camper vans because a lot more people have one. Like, a lot more from Scandinavia as well. Well, oh yeah, like you can finally get help from like remote help, or probably a person in a call center is just gonna say, "What does it look like?" Or ask for a video call and just look at the engine bay and say, "It's done. Go. We'll get somebody to come to you and then pick them up." And of course, there are forest fires in Spain and France due to enormous drought, so they're asking Europe for help. Oh yeah, in Geneva, they're trying to fight smog by making public transit free, which I find a very good thing.
In Geneva, like the convention?
Yes. Or depending on who you are, suggestion. Russia. What else is news? What? Apparently a company that does steel constructions has had a deadly accident. A bunch of pipe fell over, like a big pile of pipe.
Uh-huh.
They can't say that big pile of pipe was involved, but let's see what's more news. something really interesting. Oh, and apparently Paris is warning people that there are too many tourists and the city is just getting blocked because of it. Like, fully understandable if you want to complain about that. I mean, if you want to, like, if you want to go to a big place like New York, Paris, London, don't do it during the busy times. Like, don't go during the height of summer or around Christmas, unless you're really into Christmas. I know a couple people that are, so yeah. But otherwise, just go on a bit of a weird time, especially if you have a job and you can take random days off. Don't do it during school vacations or big events. Because then you get, first of all, you get way cheaper hotels. Because it is calmer and they cannot have those high prices because nobody will book. Like, they have to get the supply and demand right. And if the price is too high, then there won't be the supply. So you get cheaper prices, less tourists, because the main amount go during summer or school holidays because children exist. You also have less children because they're all in school, which is good, because children are annoying. They are loud. Really, I mean, I haven't seen, the good thing is I haven't seen any cars driving into buildings yet. Apparently,
no, that was last week's theme, Drew. Oh no, wait, no, actually the last 2 weeks. Never mind. Never mind, that wasn't too separate.
Yeah, I did find. Wait, when is this article? Oh, never mind. It happened again on Monday.
Yeah.
It didn't go through the house, but it went like against the house, like right to the front.
Is that just gonna be a weekly thing now? Every week there's gonna be, we're gonna talk about how somebody hit something with a car?
Well, so far it has consistently been a building.
Right.
Like, how do you hit a house? Those things are big, they're easy to see, they are sometimes lit up.
They usually don't move.
Exactly.
They usually don't do any sudden movements.
Yes, unless you have a camper van, then they might make movements, but...
Yeah, but then it's a camper van and not a house.
Yeah. Yeah, so far... hasn't really... Yeah. So far, so good, I guess. That's pretty much the news.
Right.
I mean...
Actually, you know what we could talk about? Your church experience. That we've both experienced church.
Yes. Which, in my opinion, was kind of boring.
Yeah, no, this one was not as exciting as last time.
It was basically just
This was
listen
a
to
history
story
lesson
for
about
2 hours.
writers and transcribers.
Yes. Which I guess if you're interested in history, it could be interesting. But there weren't even like timestamps. They didn't even say around this time. They just said this verse. Like it just said, which makes sense because most people there have the Bible.
You're supposed to know when which person lived.
Yeah. But that's pretty much. It was. I mean, it was less, in my opinion, less severe than the wedding. Like, in my opinion, the wedding was just very much like, God did everything, you did nothing, you have no responsibility. Like, that's how I felt about that.
So, yeah, so I think yesterday I had a realization about that. Because a lot of religious people, they'll keep saying, like, you know, God has a plan for you. But they're also boasting free will. But if God has a plan for you, do you have free will?
That's a very good question. I mean, nothing goes to plan. Speaking from experience here. So.
Well, yeah, but you were not an omnipotent God.
No, because it's your free will and all that. Like, there is a plan, and it's your choice to go with that plan. Or
yeah. I wonder if that's what it is, or that he literally decides what happens. Because if he does, then there's no free will.
Yes. But then again, that could also mean that if you have that argument, that you could say, I don't have any responsibilities because, well,
yeah,
God made me do it. You can murder somebody and say, God made me do it.
People have.
Yes. Were they still arrested? I think so.
Probably.
Makes a lot of sense that they would. Because, you know, there are such things as the law. That I think laws are also sometimes dictated by religion.
Yeah.
Like, don't steal.
I don't know if that one you would consider dictated by religion.
Or just common sense. Well, some laws aren't common sense, but some laws are.
Yeah, like
hey,
weapon, like Dutch weapon law.
Yes.
Actually, I can't complain about Dutch weapon laws. So long we have English weapon laws.
Don't involve the English
and Victoria in Australia.
Do not involve the British into lawmaking. They will make privacy laws that make no sense, and then double down on them because, well, protecting the children, totally not trying to monitor your every move. No. Like, you don't know the amount of time, the amount of memes I've seen about needing a license to jerk off. In Britain, because, well, you haven't gotten your license, so that's illegal. You haven't paid for it. Like, I have to have a TV license there. Which is weird. I mean, then again, the British also tried to tax windows at some point. And we're like, your house has 5 windows? That's gonna be expensive.
Why?
Money.
How does the amount of windows change? What?
Well, if you board those windows up, then you have to pay less money. So a lot of people boarded up their windows.
For what?
To prevent that. So they didn't have to pay. I don't know, ask the British government. I mean, they are. I'm not sure if you'll get an answer because they're just incompetent. And also aren't I think there is.
Well,
There is
as
an
far as
amount
I
of
know,
people
so
that are
far
just
they have lasted longer than a lettuce.
no, their current prime minister.
Yeah.
I still find it hilarious though how Liz Truss had a shorter presidency or shorter presidency. No,
Sure, presidency.
like had a shorter rule than just the expiration date of a lettuce.
Yeah, someone bought bought a lettuce the day
She got into office.
the day she was elected, and then forgot to eat it, and then could eat it the day after.
Yet, like I've seen that live stream.
Live stream.
Like it was live streamed actually.
What was what?
You could watch the lettuce live.
Oh.
And yeah.
I see. Are we allowed to make fun of the Brexit yet?
Yeah, because I think they are somewhat begging to come back.
Because that kind of fucked up the whole British economy.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. As soon as the British economy goes bad, they start coming with weird, fucked up law.
Do they?
Like their laws just go out the the logic of their laws just goes out the windows, and you get privacy laws, you get window laws, you get the like back with the U.S. you get the Stamp Act, where every piece of paper was taxed with a stamp. Like they really went for it.
Huh.
Apparently, oh, and there is a voice. There are some people begging to go back into the EU because, well,
Yeah. Did you see there was someone that was like uh I think they sold like oranges or something? But they sold like or they did something with the oranges. And the way that works is that they would import them and then do their thing and then export them to the EU. But they would import them from the EU and then export them back to the EU, right? But now suddenly they had to pay extra taxes over that because Brexit. So now they had to pay taxes for importing them, do their thing, and then pay taxes again to their customers. To export it. So at that point, they were not making any profits anymore.
yeah.
Even though it was still like the main company that did that. As far as I know.
Keep British government breathing. It's just the weirdest laws in desperate times purely because they just couldn't be ours to fix the actual problem. Like they create a problem, then complain about the problem, then solve the problem in the most obnoxious and annoying way that doesn't work, and eventually go back on their decision. That's just British rule in a nutshell. And yet I'm still going to London soon. By train, of course, because this is vastly superior and I want my own brew. Because guess what? If you buy cans in the United Kingdom, or probably anywhere else, you can turn them in here in the Netherlands and get 15 cents per can back.
Oh yeah.
Which, that means if you buy a full tray, which is 24 cans, you get €3.60 back. That is funny. And if you go to Germany, you get 25 cents back, but I'm not sure if they accept it. I feel like they should, because that is just necessary. Like, if you want to do proper recycling, you have to accept every can. You cannot just accept the cans with the label. Like, if they have the little logo on it that says, yes, these can be turned in. Like, you have to accept every can, otherwise people are just going to keep throwing them away. And it gives an incentive to actually bring them back. You know, if you just say it's kind of useless to bring them back, but if you actually save some money on it, then people are like, oh yeah, it's a good trick to save money.
Yeah.
And people love saving money. Wait, hold on. I have to pay for shipping as well? What do you mean? I buy a €650 phone and I have to pay $4 extra to pick it up. And $8 if I want it delivered. That is kind of bullshit. But yeah, I think we kind of ran out of content here to talk about.
Probably.
Cause yeah. Also, you know what I still should try and find at some point in time? The FNAF Fanta collab. I'm not sure if they have them here in the Netherlands.
Probably not.
But that exists.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him there.
But if I can find one, I'm gonna buy it. I guess I have time tomorrow, so I can go to I could go to the grocery store that's across the street.
I accidentally ran up an icicle and I launched myself.
Space. Also, you haven't realized it probably, but I live ridiculously close to a grocery store now.
Yeah.
I think he did it again.
Yes. I don't know if I want to with this Mach 1. I don't know if I can control that.
Well, you can try.
Which means I absolutely want to experience it.
Yeah, also, movie news. Shrek 5 has been delayed.
Oh, really?
By like 2 years.
2 years?
2027. Probably because everybody guessed the plot of the movie already.
Really?
Well, everybody looked at Shrek's daughter and was like, the plot is probably gonna be like she wants to explore the world, but Shrek is an overprotective dad. And then they have a big talk about it, and they get mad at each other, and then eventually Shrek learns to let go.
I mean, all I care about is that it follows up on Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and that it will have a similar art style to that.
Well, have you seen the animations? Have you seen the animation? Or have you seen the image that they released? Like,
no, I haven't.
The almost AI looking...
Oh no.
That one.
I have not seen it.
Well, it looks bad. Like, they went sort of off the original design. And they don't even have to. They can just keep the old Shrek, and everybody would just be like,
Yeah, just update it for an art style, like they did with
probably don't
Puss.
even have to. Well, they didn't even change him. He pretty much looks the same from Shrek.
They
from maybe
no, they absolutely did. If you look at his original, like his design is technically the same. It's just a new art style. But his old design looks so jarring now, because it's just so non-expressive in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, Shrek has always been kind of expressive.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to change it. You can just kind of change the art style a bit, like keep things the same, and boom, you're done.
Yeah, exactly. Did they not do that?
No.
Oh.
But I mean, they've delayed it for 2 years, so what probably happened is a Sonic that has happened, where they have to redo most of the movie because it just looked bad and the plot kind of, you know.
Yeah, well.
For a Shrek movie, if you're gonna do the most classic of cliches about a rebellious daughter that wants to go out in the world, but a dad that's overprotective, and eventually learns to let go by the end of the movie. Like, that has been done too many times already. I know Shrek is known for its parodies and just all that. But if it's gonna do that as just the main part of the movie, and have it all only be that, then that's a problem. Yeah, that's some movies. Yeah.
I don't know, I just want to see him go. I want to see Shrek going on an adventure with Puss.
You basically just want a class.
I really just want more Puss.
Like,
that's my thing.
What? Hold on. Did I hear that correctly? Did I hear Jim?
Yes. Joe.
You want more Puss?
Puss in Boots is so much cooler than Shrek to me.
You have to put the in boots in between. So if you just say you want more Puss, that kind of sounds, you know. Also, you want more of that, considering you first have to get some. You know. There's that.
Yeah.
You cannot get more if you don't have already. You're just a getting. Yeah. Also, another funny news, which I guess I'll put up into the. I guess I could put into the lobby text thing. A picture of my train seats that I laid on.
Oh no.
Like, I decided to just lay on them today, and it is comfy. Like, for some reason, those seats are just. Like, I'm looking at them right now, and it's really comfortable. Like, there will be a point where I just fall asleep on them. And that moment is gonna be very nice, because it just... They're train seats. They're first class, which means they have probably some more padding and are less... And they have less people sitting on them, because statistically less people travel in first class, especially here in the Netherlands, because it's ridiculously expensive.
No, people are just cheap.
That as well. Says me, the one with a weekend subscription first class. Yeah, kind of being a hypocrite here. But I mean, for for the price, I'm only paying 50 a month. That is ridiculously cheap for Dutch public transport. It is just like you could pay 50. You can spend over $100 on train in one day. Like just going around the country by train. You can easily spend $100 per person. That is not normal.
No.
If you're gonna spend 50 a month to occasionally do it, like just go by train once a month and boom, you're done. Ooh, I could do that Saturday. Yeah, probably gonna go by train Saturday because we're planning on going by train Sunday, but apparently I just got a message that that's not happening. So I might still go by train on Sunday, but probably just visiting the same places. Should be fun. Yeah. I think we pretty much ran out of content.
Probably, yeah.
So that leaves only one thing to say.
Hold up, let me reach a point where I can, like, pause in a good spot. Considering my speed, that should not be that long.
Why? You're going fast or slow?
Because I'm going really fast, so I'll probably reach the end of the level fairly quickly.
If you run into a cactus?
Yes. Cactus is delicious shit.
I don't know, I've never tried.
Me neither, but I know there's a lot of water in it.
Moist. I'm not sure if you can drink that though.
No, but you can eat it if you're a camel. Alright. Well.
But one thing left to say.
Yes.
We're not experts.
But we were here.